Welcome to my YouTube channel, Power and Pen, the Nicholas Inked edition. A space where ideas shape identity, embers of the ancestors, the flame of tradition and change. The tranquil African village at dusk. As the day slowly fades into evening, the village sits quietly in the heart of the African savanna. A soft breeze stirs the leaves of the towering baobab and acacia trees that stand as silent sentinels around the settlement. The sky overhead is painted in warm golden hues, stretching into deep oranges and purples as the sun dips below the horizon. The soft sound of flowing water from the nearby river adds to the tranquility as it weaves through the village like a lifeline. The village, nestled amidst rolling hills, is simple yet enduring. Mud huts with thatched roofs line the dirt paths where the villagers walk barefoot, their feet tracing the same paths their ancestors walked centuries ago. The air is filled with the earthy smell of the land, the aroma of roasting maize from a nearby family home, and the unmistakable hum of evening life. In the distance, the outline of the hills and the scattered fields blend into the sky, painting a picture of peace and self-sufficiency. This is a place where time feels slow and deliberate, where the rhythms of nature and community are in perfect harmony, and where every moment holds the weight of tradition. As night settles in, the village gathers around the fire, the sacred heart of the community. The fire, crackling and snapping with life, casts warm light that dances across the faces of the gathered villagers. The flames are not just a source of warmth, but a living symbol of connection, of the ancestors who came before and the future that will one day be passed on. The grandmother, seated in the front, is a living testament to the wisdom of the ages. Her silver hair gleams under the fire's light, and her skin, marked by time, reflects the strength of her character. She is draped in vibrant, hand-woven robes, adorned with intricate beads, each symbolizing a story, a memory, a lesson passed down. Her voice, deep and calm, fills the air as she begins her tale. Around her, the villagers, young and old, listen intently. Some sit cross-legged on woven mats. Others stand, leaning in close, their eyes wide with anticipation. The firelight flickers in their faces, creating a sacred bond between them all. The fire is the pulse of their culture, illuminating the past, shaping the present, and guiding them into the future. This is a place where stories are not just told, but lived, where the lessons of the elders shape the lives of the young. Amina, the young woman seated at her grandmother's feet, listens with rapt attention as the elder speaks. Her eyes are wide with curiosity, her mind absorbing the wisdom of her grandmother's words. Amina wears a simple dress, a blend of modern style and cultural respect, but there is an unmistakable connection between her and the elder, as though time itself has woven them together. The grandmother speaks of the days long past, of warriors who fought to protect the land, of healers who understood the sacred ways of nature, and of leaders who stood firm against adversity. She speaks of the balance between change and tradition, and how one must honor the past to move forward into the future. Amina's heart swells with pride and understanding. She realizes that the future she must build is one that respects the wisdom of her ancestors, even as it embraces the challenges of the modern world. The fire between them crackles, casting flickering light that symbolizes both the passing of time and the deep connection between generations. Amina feels the weight of her grandmother's words settle in her heart, knowing that this knowledge will guide her as she navigates the world beyond the village. The night is peaceful, but in the distance, a change is stirring. On the far horizon, towering modern buildings rise, casting their long shadows over the quiet village. The sounds of the city, distant and faint, reach the village in the form of car engines and the hum of technology. The village itself remains unchanged, steadfast in its traditions, but the world outside is beginning to encroach upon it. Amina stands at the edge of the village, gazing out toward the distant city. The road leading to the city stretches before her like a promise of something greater. The dirt path, lined with wildflowers and the occasional herd of cattle, leads her away from the comfort of the village and toward the unknown. Despite the lure of modernity, the village remains a beacon of tradition. The elders still gather around the fire to share stories. The community continues to tend to the land and live in harmony with nature. But Amina knows that change is inevitable. The question that weighs on her heart is whether it is possible to move forward without losing what has made the village so special. As the fire burns brightly, Amina stands beside it, her thoughts deep and contemplative. The flames crackle, casting dancing shadows on her face. She reflects on the stories her grandmother shared, the wisdom passed down from one generation to the next. The fire, a symbol of continuity, has connected the past with the present, and Amina feels its pull. Above her, the stars shine like distant ancestors, watching over the village, offering their silent guidance. The fire burns with purpose, its warmth a reminder that the traditions of the elders are not fading. They are still very much alive. And now, it is Amina's turn to carry that torch forward. She knows the road ahead is uncertain. The world outside the village is changing rapidly. But she also understands that it is possible to move forward while still holding on to the wisdom of the past. The fire flickers once more, and Amina steps closer, feeling its warmth on her skin. The future may be unknown, but as long as the fire burns, the wisdom of the ancestors will continue to guide her path.